Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is addressed to the Minister for Skills, TAFE and Tertiary Education in his capacity representing the Minister for Agriculture and Regional New South Wales. Minister, can you update the House on the government's recent announcement to legalise virtual fencing in New South Wales?
I call the Minister.
Mr Speaker, can I thank the member for Orange for his question and for his advocacy for virtual fencing over many years. He's been a driver for a decision which has just recently been announced, I'm very pleased to say, by the Minister for Agriculture. The Minister for Agriculture announced this decision at the Orange Agricultural Institute recently, where she said that the New South Wales Government would be legalising virtual fencing for cattle. This will unlock a technology for farmers which will bolster resilience and productivity for our agricultural sector, and it's something which farmers have been asking for a long time. Our government has listened and acted, and I particularly do want to thank the member for Orange for his years of work. It's been really important to see that, and to be in this place when he introduced this and saw this issue referred to a committee to look at how this could be introduced. The technology is legal in many other jurisdictions across Australia, including Queensland, Western Australia, Tasmania and the Northern Territory. It is a technology that contains stock animals without a physical fence by using signals from a device that is attached to the livestock, usually via a neckband. The neckbands use GPS technology to monitor animal movement and behaviour, and an audio or video or vibration cue signal warns the animal it's approaching the virtual boundary. This is followed by an electrical pulse only if the animal does not respond to the audio or vibration cue. The virtual fencing is a useful technology for farmers, facilitating a simpler process for rotational grazing and natural resource management, as well as monitoring and management of stock to improve health. And of course it also can play a really important role when we have natural disasters and fences burnt, and ensuring that farmers can actually respond more quickly and have properties which aren't as vulnerable to some of those natural disasters and the fence damage that we do see. Last year, a New South Wales parliamentary inquiry was established to examine and report on the private member's bill, which the member for Orange brought forward, which aimed to legalise the commercial use of virtual fencing in New South Wales. And I'd like to commend the member for Barwon for his work in chairing that committee. That was a really important committee to provide a way forward for the government in introducing the measures that the member for Orange had been advocating. And the other members of the committee, some of my city colleagues on this side, were on that committee as well, and I'm sure that they found that a very informative committee in working through the challenges facing many of our rural and regional residents and farmers in New South Wales. And the virtual fencing technology is just one of those new technologies which can really help our farmers to better manage their properties. And the one great thing about New South Wales farmers is they are early adopters of technology.
Member for Orange.
I seek an extension of time.
Additional 2 minutes is granted.
Thanks, Mr Speaker, and thanks to the member for Orange. Our farmers are early adopters of new technology, and I've seen in my other roles in this place and also outside of this place the way that our farmers adapt so quickly to the use of GPS technology and things like monitoring food and water consumption by cattle, in telemetric monitoring of their irrigation systems, a whole range of things to make them more efficient producers and to keep New South Wales agriculture at the forefront of the world in its efficiency of production. And that's why it drives a big part of our export earnings for New South Wales. So, Mr Speaker, given that this has been on the table and in other states for quite a long time, it makes you wonder why it didn't happen under the previous government. 12 years of the National Party in government, and this didn't happen. And it wasn't as if it wasn't raised. The member for Orange, to his credit, actually asked a question of the then Minister for Agriculture, the member for Dubbo, about this in the Parliament. The member for Dubbo said, yeah, we'll go away and look at it. But of course nothing happened. It was another one of those things that was obviously going to happen in the 13th year. We're going to do that in the 13th year if we'd had the chance. The story of the National Party. And I guess it's why we see so many parts of rural New South Wales represented by people like the member for Barwon, the member for Orange and the member for Murray, because people in rural New South Wales understand that the Nationals don't stand up for them anymore. Of course we've seen this week the federal Nationals representing their leader from Queensland, a leader who took them down the path of the nuclear the nuclear solution for net zero, something which is just irrelevant to most New South Wales farmers. A party that took them down the path of losing our export markets to China and was quite properly rebuffed at that election and ours. And of course, parties that have just seen us in a situation where agriculture needs the Labor Party and good crossbench members to represent it in this place.
Thank you.